Okay, fine, guys. So I give the summary what we discussed in the previous session. So previous session we discussed about component creation.
System.
Guys, I didn't get you. Anybody is asking something? Shall we start or we'll wait
He
for
has
one
any problem?
second?
Just ask.
Shall we start, team?
Yes, sir.
Sure, sir.
Continue.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay, so summary like last session we discussed about create component creation. Component is the reusable modular unit. It can hold other components also. Component have the edit behavior and author the data. The data will be stored in the content node. Okay, and how to create the component and all. So we'll discuss in the last session. So while creating the component, the mandatory steps we have to follow the some steps. What are the steps? First, you should create the node. Create node and you should type type as the JSR primary type. So this you manually you should mention. So without mention JSR primary type, AM could not identify this node is belonging to this. That will be normal. It will be considered like as the normal tag only. So it won't consider like as the node. So make sure you should mention type as the JSR primary type JSR primary type. Okay, so this is the first step, and the second step is create file and inside node and create file. Here file name and I would say file name and node name should be the same. Node name should be same. This is the third step. This is the second step. In the third step, component properties are while creating the component. The properties are JSON title which is used to call the component on the page, and next one is the component group is the property which is used to categorize our component into the groups like some components might be the education components and some components might be the some health related components. So we are simply categorizing by using component group and fourth one is child nodes child nodes. So we created the child node, that is the ck colon dialog. So this is the process we followed in the last session for creating the dialog via crxt. This is the process. This is the one way to create the dialog, and we have the another way, that is via our code base. This is the process creating the component by using the crxt. This is the one way, and we have the another way to create the component creation via code base, or you can say .content.xml. Very important concept, guys. Also very easy topic. Very important concept and very easy topic. So last session we learned like how to create the component by using the crxt. So today's session we are going to learn how to create the component by using the .content.xml. So why what is the, like already we are creating the component by using the crxt, then why you are going to create the .content.xml? Because so widgets, for example, the process I will tell you the steps, like what are the steps we need to follow while creating the component in the .content.xml. I will show you. Before that I will show you like how we can build the widgets by using the .content.xml. Some samples I will show you, and then through that we'll develop the component from scratch by using the .content.xml. So generally, for example, I am going to sites localhost in star.html, and I will go with any page or demo page. I am going with the demo page, en page, and edit the page. This is one widget, right? This is one widget. Widget meaning this dialog. This is the one dialog. But this is the normal, this is the simple dialog only. This is whatever you are saying. This is very simple dialog only actually. But in the real time, generally, I can say in the real time, we will build a complex widgets, widgets. So if you go with normal CRXT approach, so complex scenarios, complex widgets will not, I would say, uh, recommended to create a complex widgets by using the CRXT. Okay, so that is the reason the complex widgets you can build by using the content.xml. Content.xml. That I will show you how to write the content.xml files and all. Then you can get the better understanding. For example, I will go to my code base. So wherever code base is available, you can go with that code base. So my code base is aim guides demo, and you can go with the components are available UI apps, and go to UI apps and SRC, next main, and content, JCR root, apps, and demo, and components. These all the components. Some custom components are available, some normal components are available. Okay, some custom components are available, some normal components are available. For example, I am going with any component. For example, if I am going with HCL component and a dialog, and I am opening with content.xml, content.xml, and here I will open CRXT, and then I look for the HCL component. The component is there or not there. Go to CRXT, and then you can look for the component, UI apps, and demo project components. Go with HCL component, and this is the dialog for the component. CQ colon dialog content items column, next items. This is the dialog. Okay, now I will go to my code base. I'm now opening my content.xml file. Opening my content.xml file. Okay, this is the content.xml file. Now simply what I will do generally, desktop, and select the folder practice code, and this is our project. Open content.xml. Click on content.xml. Okay, this is the file. Now the thing is how we can take the elements in the XML file. I will show you. Normally, by default, these all the nodes I am deleting. These all the nodes I am deleting. Okay, so this is the main parent element. JSR root is the parent element. Parent, like I told you, whenever you are taking the whenever you are creating the dialog, so mandatory three nodes are mandatory: dialog node, content node, and under the content you can take any fields. You can take any fields. So I am mentioning like content node, okay, and content content node, open and close. I'm opening the element. I'm closing the element. Okay, so inside the content, I'm taking the items. I'm taking the items. Normally, I'm taking the items. Normally, I will take some names. The no names you can take anything. For example, here I will take some Siva. Okay, and Siva close, and inside Siva we can assume there we have some Raju, and Raju tag close, and we have Radi. and can close the Samrani tag, and inside Raju you can take some Madhu, and I'm taking Madhu. I hope this is clear how I am taking the elements. Okay, Shiva is the one element I am taking, meaning inside the Shiva, again I am taking Raju and Rani, they both are parallel, and inside Raju I am taking again Madhu. So from this, you should mention mentally the primary type is unstructured. Unstructured meaning, so then only the aim consider this is belong to node, unstructured. Based on the node only, so it has to perform. Okay, this is the node, and the node type is the unstructured. And for every node, I am mentioning like this, and I'm mentioning like this: Shiva and Raju, and we can mention Rani also. Can mention Rani also. Now simply I am saving this file, and then I will build this one, and then I will show you how the node structure will be created in the CRXT. So this is the basic scenario number one. I'm showing with creating some simple element names. You can take anything, any name you can take. So for understanding purpose, I took normal names: Shiva, Raju, and Rani. Raju and Rani are the parallel, and inside the Raju we have the Madhu. Okay, and I build this one, and then we'll see how the node structure will be created in the CRXT. So this is the basic scenario, and then based on that, we'll go and create the component from scratch. Now you can go to your CRXT, go to your project. Now here open CMD and give the full command. Install single package. So this dialog, it will be like this, and then after the deployment, after the build, we'll see how it will be. Okay, so meanwhile you guys have any questions, you can ask me. Any questions, anyone? Any questions, guys?
No, not yet.
Okay, okay, fine. So similarly, we can create the component by using the dot content.xml also. The dot content.xml also. What is the purpose of dot content.xml generally? So whatever the content, so generally the purpose of it will carry the node structure. The purpose of content.xml is it will carry the node structure. That is the one point you keep in mind, node structure. And the second one is AEM readable format. For example, AEM readable format. Whatever the content we are keeping in the, this is AEM readable format. In our case, like our mother language might be the mother language might be Hindi or some Kannada, like that, right? So similarly AEM also have the language, that is the content.xml. So whatever the thing we wrote here, content.xml, AEM can easily able to understand. AEM can easily able to understand. Okay, normally we create the node, and here what we did generally, we create the node, and these are the properties. These are the properties. These are the properties. The properties we will maintain, we will carry the properties node structure in the content.xml. Normally that I will show you. Node meaning in the code base we should create the folder. Create folder. Create folder with the name. For example, here we will take some component name is the article. Create folder. Okay, and inside the inside the folder, create one file here, file name and node name. For file name and node name should be the same. File name and folder name. File name and folder name should be the same. Folder name should be same. Okay, this is the first step. And second step you should follow. This is the first step. And the second step, inside the folder, create one more folder, that is create folder inside folder, inside article folder, inside article folder, create a dialog. So that is create a folder. So normally dialog, the symbol is CQ colon, CQ colon, CQ colon dialog. But whenever you are creating the folder name, colon is not allowed. Colon is not allowed. So that is the reason we are creating the dialog like this, like underscore CQ underscore dialog. Okay, this is the one folder. Create CQ colon dialog folder. In case of CRXT, this is the node, and in case of normal code base, this is the folder. This is the folder. And in third step, in CQ colon folder inside I would say CQ colon dialog folder, create a content.xml, create dot content.xml, content.xml. Okay, and then you can give the properties based on the requirement. I will show you that one. So parallelly we'll see the deployment happened or not. You can go to the code base. So the tags you should close. Siva opened here, and the build is success or not. Remove all the remaining ones. Now you can go to our code base, reload the page, and apps, demo project, next components. Go with your SL component, open dialog, content, items. No, it's not deployed, right? It's not perfectly deployed. Again, you can go with that. Again, you can go with that and save. And then again, you can look for this one. Siva, open Siva tag close here. Next, Raju and these two are parallel. We are mentioning simply normal nodes. Madhu close, open here and close here. Raju open here and Raju close here. This is the normal node. We are mentioning the normal node. And copy this one and go to the dialog. Maven clean install minus auto install single package. inside underscore inside dialog folder create content.xml. Content.xml. So content.xml, the dialog properties, all the dialog properties we can mention inside the dot content.xml. We can mention dot content.xml. So this is the one way to build the widget, and this is the one way to build the widget. If you go with this approach, we can make the easy build it, but in the real time scenarios generally we will design the very complex widgets. So if you want to design the complex widgets, make sure you should be have habituated with this way. Okay, so this is the very simple way I will show you how we can build a widget by use the content.xml. This is the second way to create that one. So here somewhere it is showing the error, so you can go out, and here somewhere the server is not found. Get root by remove that node and content.xml. The attribute of the prefix here, primary type associated with an element type, server is not be bound, then element type server is not bound. Some can go with this. Server opened here and server closed here. It's the normal one. And we can take some other name and some Razu. Okay, and so this is the spelling mistake, guys. Yeah, I got it. Spelling mistake. Okay, JCR primary type. JCR primary type. Okay, make sure JCR primary type and JCR primary type and JCR primary type. Okay, save the file. Now go to your again build and deploy. Now you can see and how the node structure will be created and close. Okay, we'll see how it will be. We'll deploy and then now we'll see the node structure. So generally, in CRXT, we will create node. In code base, we will create the folder. We will create the folder. Okay. In CRXT, we will create the node as a dialog. In code base, we will create the folder. So that is the basic thing. And node have the properties, right? That properties we will keep the properties inside the content.xml. But in case of CRXT, we have the properties panel. In that properties panel we will add all the properties. So whatever the properties are required for the node, we will add all the properties by using the crxt properties panel. But in case of through the code base, we will add all the properties by using the content.xml. Content.xml. Okay, so with the what is the difference why we are going with the content.xml? Because so in going forward, very complex widgets will be there. For example, in India is the country, how many states are available, and from that, so which country, I would say, which state is using electronics, like how many members are utilizing like TVs, mobiles, these kind of information you want to, if the client will ask the requirement like this, so you want to build the widget like this complex widgets. So how we can do that one? By using the content.xml. So complex widgets you can build by using the content.xml. So this has built success. Now I can go to my code base and reload the page and go to your components and then check how the node structure got created. Okay, how the node structure got created. Go to your demo project and components. Next, go to your HCL and CQ dollar. So see, Siva node created, and inside Siva, again Raju and Rani is the parallel, and inside Raju, Madhu got created. Got created, right? So like this, so the widget we can build by using content.xml. By using content.xml. This is the scenario number one. I hope you got the clarity. So how we make any changes on the content.xml, how the changes are reflecting on the CRXT. And make sure one more important point here. If you create any components here, so you should pull the components from your AEM server to your local. How you can pull? So we can use one plugin. The plugin is you can go to your extensions and add AEM sync plugin. This is also mandatory step. AEM sync, VS Code AEM sync. Make sure you this plugin you should be enable in your IDE. In your IDE, what the plugin it will do? What is the purpose of this plugin? Well, generally, this is the server, right? So in the server, we are creating the components. The components are available in our server only. Server only. How to pull the components from the server to our local? You can pull the components from our server to local in two ways. One is by creating the packages, and that package you can uh, download from server, and then you can keep that components and all in our project. That is the one way. And second way is you can use the plugin, you can use the extension, and you can add the plugin. Okay, this will be act as a mediator between our code base and AEM server. With that, we can pull the component from AEM server to our local. Any questions, anyone?
No.
So without this plugin,
Sir, automatically pushes the code to.
yes, automatically pull the code from the AIM server to your local,
Okay, sir.
your local. And without pulling your code, for example, if you create any component, and if you not pull the component from your AIM server to your local, and you deploy the code from local to your AIM server, then whatever the component you created already, existing component will be deleted. Existing component will be deleted. You guys got it? My point. Are you guys
Yes,
clear?
sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
Make sure whenever you are deploying, before deployment, whatever the components you created inside the CRXTE, make sure the component you should pull from there, from AIM server to your local by using the plugin. This is the plugin. So how you can add the plugin? Simply you can go to the Visual Studio, and you have the option that is the extension option, and from that you can look for the AEM sync. So there you can get the two options. So you should go with VS Code AEM sync. This you should add to your IDE. Then it will act as a mediator between your project and AEM server. AIM server. So without pulling, you doing the deployment, your already created components will gone. Okay, you lose you whatever the components you already created, the components will lose. Okay, so make sure you can add the plugin and pull the how you can pull the components. So simply you can go with your the structure like UI components. So initially we will be get the dashboard like this, right? Go to UI apps, demo project. Inside demo, we have the components. Click on the components. Right click on the components. You can get the option that is the import from AEM server. Import from the AEM server. Click import from the AEM server. Then so successfully imported. Whatever the components you created there, CRXT, all the components you are imported successfully. Imported successfully. Okay, after the importing components only they then only can do the deployment. Okay, then only you can do the deployment. This is the one thing. How to sync the AM to our code base. This is the plugin VS Code to AM sync. Okay, now this is clear. Now we'll go with and now you got the some clarity, like if you made any changes on the content.xml, how it is changing on the crxt. Okay, now we will go with the content.xml and then we'll create the component from scratch. So for example, I am taking the component name as the article, component name as the article, and then so article meaning in crxt, the basic thing you should create the folder. So you can go to your code base, am guides, ui apps, next, and go to main, next content, jcr root, next apps, next I would say demo, next components. So inside components all are in the folder format only, right? So now I want article component. So the initial step is you should create the folder in our code base. This is a folder, but in the am, in case of am, this is the node. Okay, so I am adding the node name is, I'm giving the name is article, I'm giving the name is the article. Okay, so this is the normal, this is the normal node. And whenever you mentioning the defining the node, make sure you should mention properties of the node. This is the node, and the properties of the node you can mention in dot content.xml. Dot content.xml, we can create the dot content.xml by using, go with the text dot document. You can mention the file name as the dot content.xml, dot content.xml, dot content.xml, and rename dot content.xml. So the file got created, and inside this file, so we need one a root path. So that root path, what I am doing, so I am taking from some other component. For example, some I will go with the some sharing component. This is the dot content.xml, and from that I am taking, this is the root. This root I am copying from, this is the mandatory root, this is the mandatory root. So in that element, so it is mentioning the properties, these properties are belong to which node, belong to which node. So the node primary type is the CQ component. So I am copying from this one, and I will go to my content.xml. My content.xml, go with your content.xml. The component name is the article, right? Go your component name, that is the article. Go inside and open your content.xml. Open your content.xml and paste. Here you can change. Article is the normal node, and the primary type is the CQ colon component. I told you, like based on the primary type only, the node has to behave. If you mention the CQ colon component, then node behave. Node will act like as the component. If you mention CQ colon page, node will act as the page. If you mention folder, sling colon folder, then the node will be act as the I would say node will be act as the folder. Now here I am changing the JSR title, article details. I am mentioning article details, and a sling resource type is no need for this one. String already we discussed about like string resource type and string resource super type. String resource type, which we can make the relation between content node and components. String resource super type meaning we can make the relation between two components, one component with another component, one component with another component. Now as of now I am making any relation with components. So normally simple component I am creating. So this is the basic step. I created the article is the folder, and that is the node. That node properties I am mentioning. I am mentioning in the content.xml. What is the purpose of content.xml is it will carry the structure of nodes. Structure of nodes. I hope this is clear. Guys, any question?
No, sir, no questions.
Okay, fine. So node initial node created, and the second step is node name and file name should be the same. So you can create one node. The node is you can mention with article dot html. So this is the html file. Okay, so as of now I'm not writing anything inside. So now second step is done, and third step, properties. Properties we already mentioned here, like JSR title and component 2. This is the third step. So third step also done. And fourth step is the child node. Child node is the CQ colon dialog. So in the code base, colon is not allowed while creating the folder name. Colon is not allowed. So that is the reason we are giving the name like this, underscore CQ and underscore dialog. We are giving the naming convention like this for the creating dialog folder. So dialog folder created, and inside dialog folder, dialog is also node, right? Dialog is also node, and you should mention the I would say node properties inside the content.xml. So how you can mention, create content.xml file, new, and take text file and mention dot content.xml, dot content.xml, dot content.xml. So here also it need basic root. That basic root, what I will do, I will take from existing one. For example, I will go with any other folder, any other component, and then I will take from the basic root is required. For example, I will go with hello world. You can look for the hello world component. Yeah, hello world, and go CQ colon dialog, and go inside, CQ colon component. This is the CQ colon component. This root node is mandatory. I'm copying this root node, and I'm going with my component name is the article, right? So I'm going with my component, CQ colon dialog, and content.xml, and I'm going. This is the content.xml. I'm pasting here, and so this is according to the hello world. According to the hello world, I'm removing this one. And as of now, you can try to understand here. You can try to understand here. This is the root node. CQ dialog is the node, and related to the node, we are mentioning all the properties here. Okay, the type type is the unstructured. Okay, next properties, JSR colon titles properties, and next thing is the string resource. So string resource type. So you are, whenever you're adding this one, you are basically you can get some small widget, right? You are getting some small widget. How you can get the small widget? So the Adobe team, they already, for that widget they already wrote some CSS and all. Those CSS files already they keep inside the dialog component. So we are using directly, we are extending all the files, whatever the files existing in the component, we are inheriting all the existing functionalities from dialog component to our node by using string resource type. String resource type is the property which is used to, it can make the relation between the content node. This is the normal content node, and this is the component. Dialog is the component. We are inheriting the properties from dialog to component to node by using string resource type. Very, very, very important. Any interview, this is the common question. What is the difference between the string resource type and what is the difference between the string resource super type? Very regular question. Okay. Okay, this is the basic root, and I told you, like, while creating the dialogue, three nodes are mandatory. First thing is the dialogue node, and the second one is the content, and third one is the item. So I'm next. I'm going with content node, and you can content node. This is the open. I'm opening the element and I'm closing the element. I'm opening the element. I am closing the element. Okay. So inside the content, you can take the items, items, and okay, items. Okay, element open and close. This is clear, right? So inside items, so based on the requirement, I can wrote my logic. I can write my own logic. For example, this is the component I am designing, the widget designing with respect to article. So here I will take the node name as the article title. Okay, article title, and next I can take like as the article image. Will take article description, and will take article image, and will take article date of birth, meaning date of publish. Or if you want to mention any date, then we will take the date of birth, or date picker. This here we will use the date picker. Okay, date picker, and date of publish. We'll mention date of publish. Okay, next next article number, article number. We will mention with article number, and next we'll mention with title, description, image, and multi-field. We'll take with multi-field, article multi-field. Multi-field meaning, so these are the single fields, right? Text area and description. These are the single fields. And if you want to add the more than one field, then we can go with the multi-field. Then we can go with the multi-field. So these are the some fields I'm taking as of now. These are the normal elements. So mandatory you should mention primary type, JCR primary type. So I'm copying the JCR primary type, and so I'm adding the properties of each element. I'm adding properties of each element. Okay. These are the attributes I am adding. Next one is content, and the next one is the string resource type. String resource type. This is the normal node, and for this normal node, I am adding the string resource type is, this is the container, right? You should mention container. So container is also already having predefined where it is available. So I'm making this tab as a duplicate, and then you can go to the your libraries folder, and inside libraries you have granite, granite, and the next one UI. Go to components. Next foundation. Inside foundation, you can look for the container. This is the container, right? And simply what you can do, you can copy the path from here to here. You can copy the path from granite to container. So you can come here, and you can paste here, and granite UI components, foundation, and container. This is the path. Okay, similarly, okay, this is the node we mentioned, primary type, and every element, I would say primary type is mandatory. Based on the type only it can behave. Okay, next we'll go with items. Items is the unstructured node, and you can simply mention unstructured. Now article title, we'll go with the article title, and here we can add like field label, we can add field label equal to some field label I am giving, like this is the article title, right? So I am mentioning as the article title. Okay, next. So if you author any data, the data you want to store in some variable, that variable I am mentioning like as the name equal to so here you can take dot forward slash, and you can mention some title, article title and all. And next thing is sling resource type, this is the normal node only, right? So you have to mention uh, title field, text field. So I hope this you guys are following my points already. We did this all the topics in component creation, the same thing there. We added the node and we added the properties by using the properties panel. But here what we are doing generally, we are adding all the properties by using the content.xml. So that is the difference you have to understand. Okay, now I will go to name and sling resource type property. Here I will change foundation under the form, and text field, text field. Okay, text field is the predefined one. How we can know that is the predefined one? Foundation, and inside we have the form folder, and inside the form we have a text field, this is the thing. Okay, text field. Okay, fine. And this is the self-ending close tags, guys. So I am closing the tags here itself. Okay, I hope this is clear. Now the same thing, this is with respect to text area. The same thing I will do with respect to text area also, text description. So simply here I will change, this is the article description, and here I will change the name also, like as article description. And string resource type is I will mention as the text area. And similarly you can do with article image also. Article image also I am adding the properties, which is generally I can mention with article image. And here also can mention name as the image, and it text field. Next one is, this one is the path field, you can mention with path field. Next, date picker, here you can mention with date picker. Article published date I am mentioning as the date variable. And here I am taking form and path field. Okay, path field. Next, same number field. Number field also same, type is unstructured. And field label, your article number, you can mention with article number. Now this is the JCR title, here you can mention with the number. But the form, here also you can mention with the number field. Okay, so this we will do, and then once we done with, then we'll go with the multi-field also easy, we'll see that one also. Okay, now I can save this one. Now this is clear, or anyone have any doubts? The same thing, like in the last session we created the component by using the crxte. Now today the same component we are designing, we are building by using content.xml. Simply I am adding the properties, these are the elements. And if you have the any content inside the element, then you can take the opening and closing tags. So inside we don't have any content, then here itself we are mentioning the closing tag. In this, anyone have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, okay, fine. So content.xml of article component has completed. Now we'll if you want to add the read the values. If the author the data will be stored in the content node. If you want to read the data into the I would say into the HTML, then you can use the sightly expression. Already we discussed in the sightly. This we can open with edit notepad. For example, open with directly you can have the option that is a notepad. So here you can take sightly expression. Here we'll write like properties dot first one is the text, right? Like that you can read the values. Like that you can read the values. So this is the sample one I'm showing. So we do deployment and then we'll see. Now the dialog can go and then do deployment and then now we'll see how it will reflect on the CST. So previous, so here if you observe, there is no article component. There is no article component. Okay. Now we'll build and then we'll see how the the node structure and everything got created inside. Make sure the tags is make sure closing and ending at the time of giving and closing and ending tags. Make sure.
Sir, had a little doubt.
Yes, yes, please go ahead.
Sir, yesterday we created some paths, no, sir. Components, under components, we created some items like
Hmm.
paths and path browser, sir.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah.
Pickup list. Sir,
Yes.
in pickup list, how can we give the names
Which one? Which field?
in pickup list or a drop down, sir?
Pickup list
Like,
or check?
drop down, yes, sir. Select option.
Select option that when you
We
want
have,
to use the drop down,
so
then
we have to give some names, no, sir. That's how can we give that?
so this you are asking once again. I'm going with that.
No, while we are giving the drop down means getting only the empty one, sir. How can we give that
This,
selected?
this is a
What we
predefined one,
required?
right? This is the
Yeah, sir.
predefined. From that, which you used
Next, select, sir. Select, select or pickup list.
this one, right?
Yeah, sir. Select, select.
Yeah, this one.
No, not select, select, only select.
Select yes, yes. So
Yeah,
this is the drop down.
yeah,
So
sir.
this drop down we'll discuss at the sling models. Like for example, if you click on the like any
Yeah,
country, so we will give the some drop downs.
yeah,
For
sir.
that, if you
That's what I
click
am
on
asking,
the
sir. How can we give the names for the drop?
yeah, so that we will discuss sling models. We have the sling models at the time. We'll discuss with the sling model, and so in that we can read all the values and how do with that. We'll discuss at the sling model. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. So any other questions? Anyone? We'll do the deployment and then we'll see how it will happen and all. Yeah, build success. Okay, now go to your CRST and reload the page. Go to components, apps, demo, components. Now article component got created. Okay, so if I click on the articles node, see here, nodes also, the properties also created. And if I go open the dialog, so everything is created, dialog, and then next you go with the content and next items. And inside items, we added this like article title, description, image, and I would say a date picker. Next, we added some number, right? We added some number. Okay, fine. I will go to any page and I will try to drag the component, article component, and then we'll see how it will come and all. This I will delete. This is the entity component. Okay, now I can add action component also. I can delete. No need now. This is the placeholder. You can add the components from here. So our component is the article. Article details is our component. Click on add, and the component added to your page and configure. This is the widget we designed so far. This is the widget we designed so far. Okay, and here you can add the numbers and article title, article description, and image for image path. So image, this is the image, right? This is the path field. This is the date picker. Actually, you can mention this one as the date picker. Date picker. Okay, date picker. Okay, fine. Okay, so this is the article title, description, and number field. So for example, if I author any data like article title, I am mentioning authoring, I am authoring the data, article title. And if I click on that, the data should visible here. How it should visible? You can go to the components and open article.html.